8:11 is the time, AM 650, KGAB Radio. My name is Glenn Wood. Sitting in the studio with me is Dr. Smith and Dr. Smith. Which one is Dr. Smith and which one is Dr. Smith?
I'll be the second one.
You'll be the second one, okay. So, no, it's Marley and Heather that are here from Living Well Chiropractic. So we just got done going through, let me see. There was Thanksgiving and the relatives. There was Christmas and more relatives. Then, of course, there was New Year's, and all the New Year's resolutions, which I assume were, what is the date here, 26, are all broken by now.
Right.
So that's a whole lot of stress on people going through all of this. Now, some people can handle stress pretty well. Other people don't. So I would not recommend going to some place that's going to give you a bunch of drugs. I'm pretty much against that. You know, things kind of calm you down and mellow you out. Are there natural solutions for this?
There are natural solutions for this. Glenn, do you know where the stress response actually comes from?
No.
Okay, so...
I usually thought like my mother-in-law.
Well, that's the current state.
She might trigger it.
For sure she does, yeah.
We've actually inherited our stress response from our ancestors.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So our ancestors only experienced stress when they were either starving, like starvation, or if they were running from a pack of wolves, right?
Right.
So what happens when we're stressed out? What happens to your heart rate if you're running from a pack of wolves? It goes up, right?
It goes way up, yeah.
Yeah. What happens to the blood glucose level so that you have more energy? It goes up, right? So what happens to your digestion when you're stressed out?
Oh, yeah.
Goes down.
Yeah.
Your immune system goes down, right? Your reproductive system
get
goes
sicker
down.
more. Yeah.
Yes. So what we're saying is the stress is like the root cause, but people will go to their provider looking for things because they're sick all the time, or their digestive system doesn't work, or they're having infertility, right? And we're all, like you said, looking for a quick fix drug.
But they're also dealing with the symptoms at that point.
Right.
They're not dealing with the real problem.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So in our office, we actually help deal with stress a lot. Not just, stress can come from a lot of different things. Like you said, joking with your mother-in-law, but emotional stress is big.
Right.
So is stress of time. People are stressed out that they don't have enough time in their day. They're stressed because they can't maintain focus. They're stressed about finances, and all of those things have the same stress response in our body as if we're running from a bad guy in the alley, unfortunately.
Okay. Now, some of the things to do is, I know, to go someplace where you can turn it off. Men have their man cave.
Yeah.
That's someplace where we go just to sort of tune out for a while. And so I would assume women need to find a place where they can just sort of tune it out and say, it's okay to be here.
Totally.
And I'm just completely tuning out, and I'll worry about my problems later. And I hate to use the term because it drives me crazy, but your personal little quiet, I don't want to say safe space, because it's no place to say it. It's your quiet space.
Yeah.
Okay. So something like that's good. But what else do you do then? Don't bring your cell phone in there.
Right. Don't bring your cell phone. What do we recommend people for stress?
Yeah, stressors, like we said, it comes in multiple different forms. It's really how we eat, how we move, how we think, right? It's our sleep pattern. So before we got on here, we were actually talking about sleep, right? So high quality sleep can actually help with your stress. Exercise can help with your stress. And what many people don't realize is a chiropractic adjustment can actually help with your stress. So we were also talking with Doug that as chiropractors, we don't deal with just neck pain, back pain. We actually deal with the nervous system. So when we look at stress, what system of the body is actually responsible for interpreting stress, right? Dealing with stress, handling stress readily and appropriately. It's our nervous system. And we know every single time that we lay our hands on a patient and we deliver an adjustment, we have a positive impact on that nervous system. So one thing that people don't think about is you might need to see a chiropractor if you're struggling with stress.
Now, how would you know, though? I mean, how would I know that I've got to either go to get a massage, or I need to hit the hot tub, or I need to see a chiropractor?
Right. I think the most important thing, Glenn, you nailed it on the head when you said people need to take time for themselves. And I think we just don't. Honestly, I think we all, like I joked about last time we were on, we all have TBD, or too busy disorder, right? We don't have time to make time for ourselves. As far as knowing when you need to see a chiropractor, you just got to learn to listen to your body's signals. Your symptoms. Your body has fire alarms. It's constantly shooting out. And instead of taking a drug to mute your symptom, you should listen to your body.
Okay. Now, some of that, I would think, I think some people go see a masseuse when they should have seen a chiropractor because, again, stress, you're sitting funny, the neck feels funny, parts of the back feel funny. And so, if you go to somebody to massage all of the muscles, and that's not necessarily a bad thing,
right.
But if the problem was somewhere else, that's just going to come back.
Exactly.
One thing we like to talk about a lot is, instead of chasing the problem all the time, we should look a little upstream. So we like that word upstream. So instead of chasing the muscles, what about the nerve that supplies the muscle? And your nerve actually comes out of the suit of armor in that we call the spine. Yeah. Okay, so when you're constantly hashing at a muscle, grinding it, hitting all those spots that are sore, if the ultimate problem is upstream, then you're really you're running in circles, unfortunately.
And massage is important. That muscle work is important. Right. But a lot of times we need to actually co-manage a case.
Right. Yeah. Okay. What about and this is a good one. I've thought about this before. One of my sisters years ago handed me this body pillow. Why do I sleep with a body pillow for? I won't give it up. Oh, that is my Linus's blanket now. I will not, because I can find a comfortable position and fall asleep easier that way because I'm able to find a comfortable position, where before I just couldn't find a position that was comfortable. But do you find people who just sleep funny and come in and visit you guys?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that actually causes issues within the spine is our faulty sleep patterns. So, for example, if you sleep on your stomach, you got to wrench your head all the way one way so you can actually breathe. Yeah. So that repetitive pattern can create a pattern in your spine as well.
Okay. Now, before I wrap it up with you guys, you did mention something before we came on. You asked, do I have a television in my bedroom? Yeah. No, I will not allow a television in my bedroom. I've made that mistake before. The only reason my phone is by my bed is because it's also my alarm clock, but I've also filtered out my phone so nothing goes off during the course of the night. The only thing that can go off is, again, the alarm clock will. But I'm not going to sit there playing with my phone in the middle of the night either. So do you suggest just getting things out of the bedroom so you can sleep?
You're already like 10 steps ahead of the modern people today. Yeah. So good job, Glenn. Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Marley. What do we recommend?
Yeah, whenever we run into that artificial light, that stimulation, it really stimulates the brain, and we're not going to be able to wind down. So if you're struggling with sleep, one of the best steps you can do is, first of all, get your phone out of your room, but also get your TV out of your room. And even having your phone right next to your bed, you might want to put it like in the bathroom right next to you, so you can still hear your alarm clock, but it's not going to be messing with your sleep.
Well, mine's not going bing bing all night, so again, I turned off the soon before I went to sleep there. So, but then finally, you got to get your brain somewhere else, because if you're still focusing on the day or other junk in your head, you'll never be able to settle down and sleep.
Right. And I got one thing on that. People who lay down at night and they just can't shut their brain off, it's sometimes a sign that they didn't move their body enough that day. Oh. So when your brain just will not shut off, it's because you're emotionally fatigued, but you have no sort of physical fatigue. So I always recommend to people, when you lay down and you just can't shut off, you need to start incorporating more movement into your day so that you're actually physically exhausted at night.
Oh, I have no problem with that. Where do people find you, by the way? Where's your office at now?
We're on Logan Avenue at 1122 Logan Avenue. We are south of Lincoln Way, north of Nation Way.
Okay. How do they get in touch with you?
The best way is either call us at 632-3525 or visit our website at www.livinwellchiro.com. That's living without the G.
Okay. Smith and Smith. I'm sorry, Smith and Smith. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thank you.